Hansen. I'm a physics and secondary education major, and I studied abroad in Japan, Aoyama Gakuen University through the Freeman Asian internship program. I decided to study abroad, or I was interested in it because I wanted to experience a different culture, and not just like visiting for vacations or anything, but more for experiencing the culture firsthand, living there, and then just getting to know the people there as well. Like on vacations, you usually find yourself in an environment where there's a lot of tourists, and I'm not saying that's all vacations, but when you're working there and when you're with the same people, and you just get to know them better and from a perspective that like you wouldn't be able to get to know them beforehand. I chose this internship specifically because it really focused on education, and that's my major, so I learned a decent amount about how to teach and the differences between that, but also a lot on conversation with people who lived in Japan and who have lived in Tokyo and other parts of Japan for like their whole lives. So that was something that I learned and like was really cool to see, because most of the time in the internship you don't get to talk or get to know people, but through this one, the whole point of the internship was to exchange your culture with them. So one of my best memories from the internship was a weekend we had off, and we went on Saturday. So we decided to go to Kamakura, which is a more traditional town that has a lot of temples and statues from traditional Japanese eras, like way back when. And it was an hour and a half south of Tokyo, so we take the train there. And then we get lost on the train because like the train system is in Japanese and it's hard to read. So we get lost on the way there, and then when we get there, it was beautiful. Like the sun was out, and like there's the temples that we went to, and there's like a trolley, and we got to meet like people from Japan and from the area. And the temple is great. The temple actually had a cave beneath it that had like a bunch of different statues and inscriptions on the wall that I don't know what they said because I don't speak Japanese. But I love the artwork and I love the statues. But then as we were in the temple in the cave, it started raining, like downpouring. And that didn't stop for like the next 2 days. So we tried to go to another place, and then we got lost on the way there. So it took us like another hour or so to find this. And this is called the Daibutsu, which is just a large statue of Buddha. And it's hollow, so you're able to walk up and like be in its eyes and see from like the Buddhist perspective. And it's on an incline, so you're able to like look out onto the ocean. But when we got there, after an hour of walking in the rain, it was closed because it was flooded. And talking to the security guy, I was able to kind of like see the top of the statue over the wall, and like that was it. And the security guy's like, "No, can't let you in." So like we were all soaked, we were wet and tired because we walked so far. So I was able to, because my phone died, so I was able to look up on my phone after plugging it in like in a cafe, an onsen, which is like a hot spring, and we were able to find our way there. It only took like a little bit, like 10 minutes, because we used the bus, and able to relax in the onsen, dry off, clean ourselves off. I was there, and in Japan, the hot springs, like you're naked. So I was there with just one other naked Japanese guy. Didn't say a word to each other, but we bonded. And then afterwards, we went below where there was like a fancy seafood restaurant, and it was great. Great time. Started off great, the middle got edgy, and then at the very end, finished it with a very relaxing time.